My dear students of class 8A and 8B, today I am going to explain you about the same lesson, Revolt of 1857. And my first point is the immediate cause of the Revolt of 1857. The immediate cause. What was the immediate cause? What was the immediate cause of the revolt? What was the immediate cause of the revolt? What was the immediate cause of the revolt? You know, the British introduced one, rifle named Enfield rifle. Enfield rifle was one kind of rifle whose cartridges was made of paper whose cartridges were made of fat of pig and cows. There was a grease paper made of the fat of cows and pigs, but both the two animals, cows were the animals, sacred animals for the Hindus, and pigs the Muslims disliked. So, whenever they came to know that the grease cartridges were made of fat of cows and pigs, the sepoys of India, they refused to use the cartridges of Enfield rifle. But the British forced them to use the cartridges of the Enfield rifle. It was first the sepoys of Barakpur refused. It was the first sepoys of Barakpur to refuse the Enfield rifle, and they were forced to use it. But Mangal Pandey, who was their head, refused to use it and was asked to use it forcefully. But he refused to obey the order of his major and ignored it. Besides ignoring, he also encouraged other sepoys not to use the cartridges of the Enfield rifle, because the cartridges were before using it, they were to beaten up. The cartridges were to be beaten up before loading it in the rifle. So it harmed the sentiments of both the Hindus and the Muslim sepoys. That's why they refused to use the cartridges of the Enfield rifle. That's why it is considered as the immediate cause of the revolt. Okay, it was considered as the immediate cause of the Sepoy Mutiny of our 1857 revolt. Why? Because introduction of Enfield rifle for the sepoys of India. But the sepoys refused to use the Enfield rifle. Why? Because the cartridges of that rifle were made of fats of cows and pigs. And before using it, the sepoys had to beat it up with their teeth before loading it in the rifle. That's why it harmed the sentiments, the religious sentiments of the Hindus and the Muslim sepoys. So they refused to use the Enfield rifle, but the British forced them to use the Enfield rifle. So this resentment reached here and there. The sepoys were determined not to use the cartridges of the Enfield rifle, and Mangal Pandey killed one British officer, and then he was caught and later executed. So the execution of Mangal Pandey, the news of the execution of Mangal Pandey reached far and wide, and the sepoys of different parts of India, they refused to use the Enfield rifle. So this is the immediate cause of the Sepoy Mutiny or the revolt of 1857. So the other places where the wave of rebellion or agitation reached I am discussing about it. On 29th March 1857, that incident took place in Barakpur, the execution of Mangal Pandey. And afterwards, no, on 8th April, on 29th March 1857, Mangal Pandey killed one British officials. And then on 8th April 1857, Mangal Pandey was executed. And next one, most important cities of India also became a part of the revolt of 1857. These cities were Meerut, Delhi, Kanpur, Jhansi, Lucknow, Ayodhya, Banaras, Bareilly, and other places in northern parts and central part of India. Now Meerut. What happened to Meerut? Now I am going to discuss about Meerut. What happened to Meerut? What happened to Meerut? Meerut was a place, 85 soldiers of the 3rd Battalion. They refused to use or refused to touch the cartridges of Enfield rifle. And on 9th May 1857, the soldiers were dismissed and sentenced to 10 years of imprisonment. Afterwards, some, soldiers, some sepoys who were imprisoned in the jail, they broke the main gate of the jail, came out of the jail, and also broke other gates of the cells where the rest of the sepoys were imprisoned. They set them free. And then all came out of their cells and joined hands together unitedly and protested against the system of the introduction of Enfield rifle, the system by which they were forced to use the Enfield rifle, and the system by which they refused to use the cartridges of the Enfield rifle made them determined to overthrow the rule of the British from our country, India. So they looted the ammunitions, set fire, British property, determined to bring to an end to British rule in India. So this incident happened to Meerut. And next incident which happened to Delhi, what happened to Delhi? Now I am going to discuss. What happened to Delhi? Delhi was a place, the capital of India. That time British already shifted their capital. No, British already not shifted. That time Calcutta was their capital. It was shifted in the year 1911, later. But that during the period when Delhi, the soldiers of Delhi and other soldiers of other parts, sepoys of other cities of India, they assembled in front of the Red Fort of Delhi. It was due to the gatherings of the soldiers. They marched towards Delhi in order to make Bahadur Shah Zafar II their leader. The Bahadur Shah Zafar II was the last Mughal emperor. He was residing, his residence was at Red Fort at Delhi. So the sepoys of different cities of India, they marched forward and reached Delhi. And they assembled in front of the Red Fort and they declared Bahadur Shah Zafar II as their leader of Sipahi Mutiny. Bahadur Shah Zafar initially denied to be the leader of the Sipahis because of his broken health, but later on, Bahadur Shah Zafar realized that it was a golden opportunity for him to give assistance to the soldiers, to the Sipahis of India, because the Sipahis agreed to make him their leader, to make him the king of Hindustan. So the great honor was given to him by the Sipahis of India. So he left all this in his fete and decided to support the stance of the Sipahis, accepted the leadership of the Sipahis. So that incident took place in Delhi. The capture of Delhi became a rallying point and source of inspiration from all those Sipahis of India. They all were inspired. Rebellions began to break out the northwestern frontier, central India and northwestern province, western Bihar. British, was temporarily defeated, but meanwhile reinforcements came from England and the British was able to, regain Delhi in September 1857. And many innocent people who were not involved in the revolt, they also were caught and hanged. So the British did it mercilessly. But next one, Lucknow. What happened to Lucknow? What happened to Lucknow? I am going to teach it. What happened to Lucknow? What happened to Lucknow? Lucknow was a place, where huge soldiers were there. The soldiers were from Lucknow because Lucknow was the capital of Ayodh. Ayodh was annexed by bringing false allegation against the Nawab of Ayodh, the old-aged Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, who accepted the terms of the subsidiary alliance. But the British remained silent, but under the terms of the doctrine of lapse, the British Lord Dalhousie was very much greedy for Ayodh because of its natural resources and the huge amount of revenues collected from there. And because of the amiability, sincerity of Ayodh's Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, Lord Dalhousie decided to capture Ayodh without any proof, but he decided to bring false allegations against the Nawab of Ayodh. Already I have taught you, the reason, by bringing the charge of misgovernance or maladministration. Ayodh was annexed by the British Governor General Lord Dalhousie. So that incident resented the soldiers of Ayodh because a large number of soldiers were from Ayodh who were working in the British army. So now they decided to protest against that act of misery done to the Nawab of Ayodh. He was insulted, and so the people, the Sipahis in Lucknow, were supported by the disbanded soldiers of the old army of Ayodh. The talukdars and some zamindars, some peasants joined them in the revolt. And the wife of Wajid Ali Shah, the Nawab of Ayodh, Begum Hazrat Mahal, led the battle, led the uprising. The British forces were defeated by the leadership of Begum Hazrat Mahal, but later on the British gave a tough fight, and ultimately once again they were able to defeat the rebels and recapture Lucknow. Begum Hazrat Mahal, after having defeated by the British, fled to Nepal. So this is the incident happened to Lucknow, my dear students. The next point, What happened to other city? I am discussing about Kanpur, another place, Kanpur. 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 Kanpur was the place of Peshwa Baji Rao's adopted son Nana Sahib. You know, Nana Sahib, under the terms of the doctrine of lapse, was Nana Sahib's pension under the terms of the doctrine of lapse was stopped by the British. Nana Sahib demanded his right to the throne of Kanpur after the death of Bajirao II. But on being the adopted son of Bajirao II, Nana Sahib felt insulted because of the terms of the doctrine of lapse of Lord Dalhousie. Under the terms, the right to the throne of Kanpur was not recognized by the British. The right of Nana Sahib to the throne of Kanpur was not recognized, was not approved by the British. Why? Because Nana Sahib was not the legal heir to the throne of Kanpur, since Bajirao II adopted him as the heir to the throne of Kanpur. Bajirao had no male child, no legal issue. That's why Bajirao had to adopt Nana Sahib, and Nana Sahib's demand for the throne was ignored, was refused, was not recognized by the British East India Company. Hence, Nana Sahib from the very beginning was determined to end the rule of British in India, and he also joined the other group who organized a society. The society was anti-British society, anti-British group. Tatya Tope was there. Tatya Tope decided to support Nana Sahib. So Nana Sahib fought bravely against the British from Kanpur. Initially, the British was defeated by the soldiers of Nana Sahib and Tatya Tope, but ultimately reinforced reached from England, and the British were supplied with many sophisticated weapons, and with that they fought bravely. They fought bravely and with full energy during the second half of their war against Kanpur. But during the second half of their war against Kanpur and Nana Sahib, the British gained victory. The British was able to defeat Nana Sahib and his soldiers. Nana Sahib fled to Nepal. Tatya Tope was arrested, caught, and later on executed. This is the history of Kanpur, my dear students. The next one, another state that is very important. You know the history of Jhansi, Central India. One state was there, Jhansi. Jhansi. One state was there, Jhansi. Now, Jhansi was a state whose ruler had no legal heir to the throne of Jhansi. After the death of the ruler of Jhansi, his widowed wife Rani Lakshmibai decided to make their adopted son the king or heir to the throne of Jhansi after her death. But under the terms of the treaty, under the terms of the doctrine of lapse, Lord Dalhousie did not recognize Rani Lakshmibai's adopted son Anand Rao. And hence Rani Lakshmibai decided to raise her sword against the British. Although the British ignored the Rani of Jhansi, the demand she made before the British regarding the issue of making his adopted son a legal heir to the throne of Jhansi, the British refused it. But Rani of Jhansi, Lakshmibai, was determined to make the British understand that he wanted not to be, she wanted to defeat the British. She did not want to be defeated. She wanted to defeat the British, but not wanted to be defeated by the British. That's why she declared war against the British East India Company. And in the battle, while fighting against the British soldiers, he killed so many British soldiers. She killed so many British soldiers. Her bold leadership, her good strategy and technique was astonished the general of that battle. But ultimately, Rani Lakshmibai was killed while fighting against the British, along with her adopted son Anand Rao. And hence, the British captured Jhansi. So these are the important states of India, my dear students. One by one, they declared war against the British, and the British one by one captured the cities, the places of India under the terms of the doctrine of lapse. And ultimately, almost all parts of India came under the British control. But one message the people of India communicated to the British, that they would fight against the British, they would organize revolt against the British, and they would teach them a good lesson. It was proved that the British soldiers might be defeated by the Indian soldiers. The Sipahis defeated them. Although they were suppressed, they were unable to gain victory, yet they defeated for several times. They defeated the British soldiers for several times. that message helped later on the Indian nationalists during the War of Independence, my dear students, up to this. Thank you.